Yes. Yes. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. We recording? Okay. What is good with everybody? Yes. Yes. Love the channel. Can I ask you about a fantasy fight? Go for it. We got to do the roll call though. You guys know how I like to start my live streams. What's good? What's poppin'? We'll open up after roll call. We'll just get into the conversation. Start talking this boxing. The topic: George Esparza. No, it's not confirmed. It's not a done deal. That's not the whole purpose of this video. So Thurman's not fighting Spence Jr. as of right now. Y'all gotta read. See, y'all gotta read full titles. Y'all be like, "Oh, ego, you clickbaited me." I didn't clickbait shit. If you don't read a full title, that's your fault. That ain't on me. I didn't say the fight. If the fight's done, I'll say like Spence Thurman official, but that's not what I said. That's the thing with America. We're desensitized. All this technology, people just read 2 words and put it together in their head what it is. Oh, they're fighting. That's not what the title says. Yeah, man, we're gonna get into all this. Talk about this. Yeah, they always be doing that, man. Man, you clickbaited me. Good. Your ass clicked on it. That's the whole point, dummy. Like Floyd said, I'm a prize fighter. I fight for a prize, dummy. I'm a fucking YouTuber. I'm glad you clicked on it. You want me to feel remorse and sorrow? See, some of y'all are corny, man. Y'all be having your hands in other people's pocket and worried about what they doing, worried about their money, worried about clickbait. Worry about you. Worry about them parking tickets you got. Worry about that child support you got. Worry about that final strike at your job. One more write-up and you out of here. Worry about those things. Don't worry about me. I'll be alright. I was just asking, bro. No, that's fair. I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying you got to read the full title. They're not fighting. You asked if it was confirmed. It's not confirmed. But that's not the whole purpose of this live stream. It's to talk about the fight. Listen. Hold on. Let's do the roll call real quick. I like to know at the beginning and end just where y'all from. Rep where you from, city, state, zip, all that good stuff. Let's go. Where y'all at? Washington State, Mesa, Arizona, San Antonio, Santa Ana, Sheffield, England, San Antonio, Denmark, Austin, Chicago, Orlando, Florida, 916, Sacramento, Oklahoma, Yuba City, Baton Rouge, Maryland, Patterson, New Jersey, Dallas, Texas, San Juan, Puerto Rico, H-Town. Y'all just had a great win with the Charlo. Kansas City, Fort Worth in the building, St. Louis in the building, Guyanese but London-based. High Wycombe, Grand Rapids, Michigan, home of Floyd, Patterson, New Jersey, H-Town, DC, Michigan. We represented everywhere, man. San Diego, Hayward, California, Uptown, DC, Jackson, Mississippi. We everywhere, people. Brooklyn, Nebraska, Cincinnati. Hit the like button. Palm Beach County, Colorado, Vegas, baby. Like, listen, this is my business. I'm doing the live streams because it gives me a way to interact and like respond directly to people as, you know what I mean, real boxing questions and stuff. But it takes away a lot from like the actual workload of things I have to do. I got edits and a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So make sure you guys, when you drop in, drop them likes. Because that's the way to keep this live stream going, because it has to make sense as a business, you know what I mean? Taking away from time to work on other stuff for you guys. Ego working, you know that. We working. Ego the man. More likes than watching. Yeah, YouTube is stupid. They on some stupid shit. We got 36 people watching, but we got 42 likes. Charlo embarrassed that boy. Charlo did his thing. I mean, there's nothing else you could say. He did his thing. Follow me on Instagram, because you know I'm active over there. We just 76,000. So become part of the movement. I thought this was a classic photo. That looks crazy. Look at his face though. He's like, nope. Remember a Fresh Prince when they'd be like, psh. Damn, that's crazy. That's a crazy photo. That might win an award for photo of the year. I don't know what it's called, but they got the a certain organization that do photos and rank them. But anyway, for all y'all that are crying about you couldn't tell what happens, this is a better angle of the knockout. Look. Bow. So that's a better angle, so it wasn't no fluke or nothing. Bow. Watch. Bow. Just caught him. Caught him. Look, dip. Listen. Shout out to Lions Only. They did their thing in the last couple fights. But listen, when will you start listening to me? I tried telling y'all, experience. That actually matters in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, okay, look at it like this. Canelo Alvarez is not even a proven middleweight. He fought one fight against Chavez Jr., and then he fought Golovkin. However, he did substantially better than Dominic Wade, who was actually a guy who was fighting at middleweight, right? And it's because of the experience. Canelo has at least fought Erislandy Lara, Floyd Mayweather, Alfredo El Perro Angulo, right? Shane Mosley. Whether they were older or not, he still fought them guys. You know what I'm saying? Experience matters. And this is what I told you why Lubin was like confident, which is good, but he got a little bit too overzealous. He did it to the point where it was like downgrading and disrespecting your opponent, aka underestimation. And that's not a good thing, because to me, why he got caught was almost a rookie mistake. He dipped down, Charlo blinded him kind of with a jab, and he dipped down, didn't have no guard up, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't protected. And while he dipped down, he got caught with a clean, fast. That's why from the other angle, you couldn't even really tell what the fuck happened. You just see him fall down all crazy. You know what I mean? But that's the experience. That's that precision. He caught you out of position and you paid for it. But like, I don't understand why he even dipped down like that. And I told you guys, both of them fucking Charlo brothers have a good jab, which is a forgotten tool in the sport of boxing. And it needs to be utilized more. He could be a good fighter, but the thing at Lubin, the gap in experience showed up because he got blinded by a jab. He you know what I mean, pulled back so he didn't get caught with the jab. But then he ducked down with no guard up and got hit with the, I don't know if it was a hook or an uppercut, because it was kind of, he was so low I can't really tell what it was. But them boys got a good jab. And then the other thing you have to understand, this is what separates, I know for a fact, me and my channel, New Media, Boxingego, from a lot of you motherfuckers, because you guys aren't realistic. You guys are simply fans. I got to be in front of these guys and you know what I'm saying, interview them and meet them and stuff. So I got to talk with a level of integrity, you know what I'm saying, and fairness. I can still have my opinion, like I've been giving you guys my opinion, but some of you guys simply aren't realistic. Like some of you guys weigh $125 soaking wet, but calling Deontay Wilder a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That doesn't make sense in the real world, because you wouldn't do that to him. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't carry that same energy to a 6'7" fucking Deontay Wilder and calling them all kinds of bitches and pussies, and you know what I'm saying? You guys have to be realistic and understand boxing. Oh, the Charlos, they ain't fought no one. Wilder ain't fought no one. These motherfuckers, Wilder is legit. He's a big dude, you know, because I'm a big dude, and I was like, oh, okay, this dude's big. You know what I'm saying? You know, you always size up people see or whatever, but that's what I'm saying. You guys, oh, he's a bump. Listen, if you're in the heavyweight division, if it was that easy, you would have Kevin Johnson and what's his name, Marish Weck. That motherfucker's 6'9", but he don't have all knockouts in every fight except for one. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Wilder's knocking everybody out, that shows you something. He really legit has to have power, because you don't do that. There's guys that are bigger than Wilder, who weigh more than Wilder, and their knockout shit ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Charlos. You can say whatever, but they're gaining momentum, they're gaining confidence, and it's kind of, to be honest, it's kind of dangerous that they're twins and they're both in the same sport, because if you guys know anything about a brotherhood or to be close with your brothers, or like the camaraderie, that's good energy. If you see your brother is successful and undefeated, you want to remain undefeated too, especially when he's your fucking twin. You know what I'm saying? So even though he's in another division, you guys can push each other. And the fact that they both fight, even though they're twins, they probably have different brains and whatnot. So Jamal can give him tips. Jermell could give Jamal tips, etc., and keep this whole thing moving. And like I said, you don't want to be the odd man out. Oh, I took a loss. So, you know what I mean? They motivate each other, I'm sure. And then on top of that, you have a brother from another mother, like Errol Spence Jr. Like he keeps saying, iron sharpens iron, and he's sparring with you to get you right. He should be at an all-time high confidence because he knocked out Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? You can't underestimate these things. And I think Lubin, his attitude and his confidence, it's good to a point, but then it gets to a point where you're not necessarily being realistic with the situation, and you think the guy has nothing for you. And like, look, I mean, that's a bad, look at that. That's a very bad knockout. That's a bad knockout. Anytime you see someone stiffen up like that, you see that in street fights, you know what I mean, people that don't know how to fight. But if you see that in boxing, that's bad. And you got to learn how to channel. And see, people get mad as fuck when I talk about Floyd, but Floyd, his career has been very, I'm not gonna say perfect, but he does what you're supposed to do. In 20 years, you never see him underestimate. He could have easily underestimated Conor McGregor, which I don't think he did. You know what I mean? He got the stoppage, but it's easy to be complacent or to get in over your head and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But Floyd never disrespected the game, and you can't disrespect the game. And one of the ways, in my opinion, to disrespect the game is to underestimate your opponent. Like even, let's say Jerry Swift Hurd. Shout out to my dude. Shout out to Maryland. Shout out to DC, DMV. But I don't think he disrespected Austin Trout. Like everything that I heard him say, even after the fact, after he knocked out Trout, or you know what I mean, stopped him, he showed respect. And leading up to the fight, he said, oh, this is a challenge for me. I want to be the first to stop him. So he's confident, but he wasn't confident to a fault, to the point where he was making Austin Trout look like he wasn't shit. And Austin Trout's been pretty inactive, to be honest. You know what I mean? So I think Lubin, it was just a reality check for him, a humbling experience, because he got caught. You know what I mean? You talk the talk, and I give credit to Charlo because they didn't really, they got that like fiery Houston temper or whatever. I don't know, I'm not from Texas, but you know what I'm saying? They got that fire temper or whatever you want to say. And he didn't even do nothing in the build-up. He kind of let Lubin go in on him. So that's that. You gotta respect the game. We got 100 people in here, 63 likes. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Add that up. We gotta get the likes up. the better the engagement, the longer I stay on, the more we get to talk about. Very simple. But yeah, respects to Lubin for being a warrior and even signing up, because some guys will be like, they'll let you know I don't want it. Like, there's been a couple guys to fight Wilder, and they let you know they didn't. What's the dude, Glasgow or whatever? He said he didn't want to fight Wilder when he had the opportunity. So, you know what I mean? I give credit where it's due. Credit to Lubin for stepping up at a young age and believing he was ready and training like he was ready. But experience plays a part. You guys got to understand that. And you gotta be. See, this is the thing. That's the difference between being younger and being older and a little bit more mature. Because like even myself, and not even boxing, but just like life, there's been times where I think I want something and I wanted it back then. But if I would have got it when I was 21, my whole mentality was different at age 21. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't have been ready for me to have it at that moment in time. You know what I mean? But as you get older, maybe you can handle things different. Oh yeah, we throwing up blocks. People saying stupid stuff. I got him fast. Man, we ain't playing. Like, listen, I joke all day, but we're having a regular boxing conversation. There's nothing where no one's even joking, and he just keeps putting stupid shit. And see, I got big eyes. I see it all. I see what people say. But anyway, moving on. Collect your L and you out of here. Shout out to Turkey, man. I see you. I appreciate it, man. Worldwide, that's what we are. I don't know if Lubin's done. Like I said, I don't put caps on what a person could do, because Pacquiao, he's one of the people that he got knocked out twice, bad knockouts, and then he came back and did great things in the sport, moved up 8 divisions. You know what I mean? Some people think that has an asterisk, but I'll leave that to you guys to interpret. But either way, he did it, you know what I mean, as it sits. So I can't tell you what he can do next, but to be honest, I think he was a little bit precocious and a little bit too confident, to the point where, see, and listen, this is what I notice in boxing too, and I think this is why new media keeps succeeding and the channel keeps growing, and other people start getting to a certain level and they start stagnating and their channel doesn't really grow. Because you got to be real. I told you, tell the truth. Tell the truth. All these people that have these harsh standards, and they don't have the standards for all fighters, is namely for certain fighters, and then they're always proven wrong and stuff like that. And see, what happens is, you don't think these fighters are on social media. These fighters go to YouTube and they hear what people are saying. So people are like, oh, Charlo's who they beat, they ain't beat. So to be honest, with this social media age, it becomes honest to start believing in what you hear. Just like Conor McGregor Floyd, that is the perfect example to me. There's so much out there about Floyd, so much negativity, and he hits like a bitch, and all he does is flick, jab, and run, and he's pussy and all that. Conor McGregor didn't think Floyd would walk him down. His team admitted that they didn't believe that Floyd would walk him down. And that's exactly what he did, and they weren't prepared for it, which is stupid, because you're supposed to prepare around them, you know what I'm saying, prepare for all circumstances and scenarios. What do we do if Conor gets hurt? But that's what happens. You get a rookie team, a novice team, and they're not worried about getting hurt because they don't think he's capable of hurting you, which is underestimation. Stupid. Derek James said Lubin not even going to remember the fight. Hey, that might be true. When you listen, if you get knocked out, it's like getting a computer and just unplugging it. Yeah, I've never been knocked out, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you hear enough people and accounts of people, it's just like getting a computer that's on and then just unplugging it. You just short circuit it, boom, you're out. You know what I'm saying? Then you plug it back up. That's what it's like. It's like a power outage. So he might not remember the fight because it all happened so quick. And some of the classic sayings and proverbs in boxing: protect yourself at all times. The punches that you don't see coming hit you the most. And I know he didn't see that coming because he was ducked down, which is also a rookie mistake. Because like, if you look at certain people, what I like to do, I study the greats. Y'all can hate on whoever, but I study the greats. I've watched them fight professionally, sparring, just different stuff like that, and I've seen some great people. I watched like Terrence Crawford. Watch his eyes. Like Scarface say, the eyes, Chico, the eyes never lie. Floyd Mayweather, watch his eyes. Even Lomachenko, watch his eyes. He's cognizant of what's happening around him. But Lubin, like I said, he created a blind spot for himself by dipping down. You can't really see what's going on. You got to just hope you don't get caught with something. And then Charlo kind of came from underneath with, I guess, an uppercut is what it would probably be classified with, and it got blasted. And again, the punches you don't see hurt you the most. So that's kind of a rookie mistake, especially in round one. Round one, you're supposed to be on your toes. Everybody's at their freshest. They're at their maximum power. Nobody's fatigued yet. You got to be smart. And the thing is, he only had 20 seconds left in the round to make it out of the round. So bad mistake. And Charlo, like I said, having experience made him pay for it, which you can't knock him for that. And somebody was like, oh, but he beat the count. Get the fuck out of here. He beat the count, and he looked like, you know, on Mortal Kombat when they're like, finish him, and the guy's just like, oh, fucking woozy. I mean, that's stupid. You're talking about he beat the count. Yeah, he beat the count and got up. It would have been worse if he would have got up and been allowed to continue fighting. It'd been worse because you don't have your senses. Finish him. You're like this and shit. Like, what are you gonna do? Honestly, your legs are probably done for. Your mind is scrambled. You probably don't have the energy to officially get out and clinch. You know what I'm saying? What is, you know what I'm saying? People gotta stop with all these fucking excuses. He beat the count. Yeah, I mean, he's a fighter, so naturally you're gonna try to do what a fighter does and get back up. If you get hurt, get knocked down, you know what I'm saying? But he was done for. That's like, that wouldn't even be safe for him to continue fighting like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially against the power punch. It'd be one thing if you put him in there with Paulie Malignaggi and he caught him and he did that, and then you let him go. But Jermell clearly has power because he did that, produced that with a single shot. So you don't put him in there in round one with these fresh. That you really would ruin your fighter. Some of you guys talk stupid with this boxing shit. He beat the count. Did you? He beat the count. It was like this. It was like hunched over. Like that's not really. It's beating the count, but it's really not. But again, he has a fighter's heart, so his mind is gonna tell him to get up. But his mind was telling him to get up, and it looked like he was having a nightmare. He was on the ground, like reaching for the. You know what I mean? That's when you're doing all that. It has to be stopped to prevent something worse. Because yeah, it was like basically having a seizure. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You're not in no shape to continue like that. That's like, that would be fucked up. It did look like he was having a nightmare. That's what happens. Watch. Wow, look. Look, oh, he beat the count. His head wasn't even up. Like, shut the f. Y'all sound stupid. He beat the count. Whatever. His head wasn't even up. He got up, but his head was down like fucking Thriller or some shit. Doom. Like he wasn't gonna do. You can't recover from that. Come on, man. That was a scary knockout. But props to Lubin and Charlo for stepping up. Bad knockout. See, I'm telling you, them knockouts like that are the worst. Because if you talked and said the shit, talked shit, and then you have to be more disappointed than if you were to just like, I don't know, Charlo's good, but we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Then you just got caught. Is what true? What are you talking about? Listen, y'all got to start formulating full sentences. Is this true? Like, what are you talking about? This is some acai juice. I don't know, pomegranate flavor. what do you make of Hurd's footwork? He got to work on it. He got to work on his defense, and because like I said, bigger punchers. Then Austin Trout's not even a big puncher to me, and he was collecting some head trauma. Austin was landing some good shots. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much of it was because Trout's gamey and cagey veteran with the southpaw stance, but either way, he was landing some good shit. You can't let like the Jermell Charlos, Andrades, people like that, Edeslandi Lara with more power. You can't really let them. But see, listen, I'm not trying to trust me. Like I said, I might work with any of these guys in the future. I'm not trying to throw shade, but part of it is a lot of the fighters that I've seen, their teams will gas them up too. You know what I mean? I'm not pulling out names. I'm not saying the trainer or this person, but people around them gas them up. And that's, like I said, you have to always be level-headed, always be realistic, and know, like, you're fighting a dangerous fight. He was basically egging Charlo on. Oh, he's a paper champion. He ain't beating no one of respect. Blah blah blah. So when you guys make sure, like that's me. I keep my circle small like Cheerios. You know what I mean? I don't have a big circle, and I don't want a bunch of yes men. I like the people, like my homies, will let me know when I'm fucking up. They'll let me know when I'm doing good, and you know what I mean, give me praise for that. But if I'm fucking up, they're not afraid to tell me. I think more people should have people like that in their corner. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you talking bad about Charlo, just focus on the fight. Focus on the game plan and stuff like that. But, I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's why I love when I see trainers go in on their fighters. And some trainers don't really do it. Like, here's an example. Barry Hunter, very underrated trainer. When Lamont Peterson was fighting De'Aaron Jean, see, I know this stuff off the top of my head, people, because I watch boxing like that and I cover boxing. When Lamont Peterson was fighting De'Aaron Jean, he was clearly, to me, winning the fight, but he went back to the corner because he started doing some bolo punches and showboating and playing around, and De'Aaron Jean at the time was undefeated and was known for having some good power. Barry Hunter slapped the shit out of Lamont Peterson in the corner. He's like, "What you doing? Stop playing around." I love to see that. Not just to see a grown man get slapped, even though it's kind of funny, but Barry Hunter, he's been with Lamont Peterson, and he's like, man, you're in control of this fight, but now I got to slap the shit out you because you're doing too much. And I like to see that. I like to see that with the trainer, because that's how you know Barry Hunter's from the old school. It's like he's not going to, even though he's known Lamont Peterson since he was a little boy, him and Anthony and stuff, he's not going to just allow for anything. It's not, you know, and some people don't do that. Sometimes the fighters create the name or become a bigger name, and the trainers just kind of let them do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I think Erickson Lubin, he needs people in his corner that are going to tell him what's up. Like, hey, don't underestimate this Charlo dude, this and that. Let's focus on the game plan and stuff like that. And like I said, I don't know him personally, so I don't know. Maybe he has that, but from what I've seen, it looked like people were just, you know what I mean, probably gassing him up and stuff. So it is what it is. Should Trout retire? I mean, that's up to him. He didn't have a bad account, but 154 is pretty packed, so I don't know who he's gonna beat. I mean, Jamal beat him. He just coming off a stoppage. Jamel looks like he's coming into his grown man strength and confidence. So I mean, I don't really know who he'll fight next. I mean, there's some fights out there, but as far as like the big fish, I don't know who he's gonna beat. Like, can he beat Demetrius Andrade, Jermell Charlo, Hurd in the rematch? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there's still fights for him. I think he could fight like John Jackson would be a good fight. Maybe a Julian J. Rock Williams, something like that. But as far as like title shots and champions, I don't really know who he'll beat. Listen, we got 132 people in the live chat, and we only got 88 likes, and I've been on 30 minutes. Make sure you guys hit the like button before you can get back to commenting. All you have to do is hit the like button. Get back to your commenting and asking questions, and all that stuff is good. But we got to get the engagement up. You know what I mean? Because I got a lot of stuff I'm supposed to be doing. Hurd's pretty tough though. He's pretty tough. So I don't know. That'd be a good fight with him and Charlo. Ego Army in the building. Ego Army, Ego Mafia. This is the mob. Money on top of boxing. Now, let me talk about the title of the video because I don't want to forget that. And I made a video about it on the channel. Check that out in case you want to check it out. What's up with Keith Thurman? I want to know from you guys. Do you think he wants to fight Errol Spence Jr.? Because to me, it doesn't seem like it. I just did like a 20-minute video or so about the subject, and to me, I don't see the interest from Thurman like that. And see, like, this is the thing that's disappointing too, is because Keith Thurman, hold on one second. The thing is, Keith Thurman, before I knew this moment was coming, people were gonna front on Errol Spence for as long as they could because he hadn't fought anyone beyond a Chris Algieri or a Leonard Bundu or whatever. So they're gonna hold on to that as long as possible. Like, oh yeah, he's cool, but everybody's cool at that level. He has to do more. But the thing is, now he's done more. He's a champion. So really, the training wheels are off. Y'all should want to fight him. And from what I've seen, it doesn't look like Keith Thurman is like in a rush to fight him, which is disappointing. But I'm realistic. I'm not saying Thurman has to come back off injury and getting married and hasn't fought since March and immediately face him. However, it couldn't happen next anyway because Errol Spence is fighting against Lamont Peterson in January, which gives you time to have like a February, March, April fight with whoever, Victor Ortiz, Luis Collazo, Berto, whoever, right? And then you can fight him later in the year. But it doesn't look like Thurman is... I just don't like the way he's talking lately. It doesn't sound like the Keith Thurman of old. The one time, better not duck me, thun. It doesn't really sound like that to me. Because like I said in the video, go check it out. It's a 20-minute video that I did, and I really broke it down. And the thing is, Thurman, and I use the same exact example, to me, Thurman was the Errol Spence of the division before Errol Spence. Meaning he was the guy who was a hot shot, he had power, he was the guy calling out everybody. And now Errol Spence has come up into his own and got a title and everything. And he's that hungry lion. And now Thurman seems like kind of like high on the hog and like, I'm in the castle, I'm in the throne, I'm in a position of power. Like what? All these guys, it's like they, how do you say it? I'm trying to think of the perfect word. It's like they aspire to be like Floyd Mayweather in the sense of boss of all bosses, get to pick their fights and make all this crazy money. But it's like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. You got to earn your stripes, and you know what I mean? Unless you've done what Floyd's done, went to the Olympics, beat the names he's beat, more former champions, current champions, etc., than anybody, and been a pay-per-view draw with 1 million+ buys several times, and beat De La Hoya, who was the previous guy. Unless you've done that sequence of things, then it doesn't work like that. You got to earn your stripes your way. It's your own journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bay, so they call it coattailing. You can't ride someone else's coattail, or you can't, or even like what worked for someone else don't mean it's gonna work for you. Like for example, everybody knows Ellie Seckback. What got him into the subscriber count or whatever that he has is not necessarily gonna work for me because I'm not him. I didn't start when he started. He has his own connections and his own network and his own style and everything. You know what I'm saying? So what he did, maybe at the time he came in, the game was different, and let's say he got X amount of subscribers, but that doesn't mean it's gonna work for me. You guys get what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that in business in general, whatever you do, like even for me, the people who come up behind me, I've been at this for a couple years now, but the people who are starting a YouTube channel, they can't do what I did in the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, what worked for me might not work for you. Bay Area, what's up though? You already know that. So I just think the same thing with Keith Thurman. Like he's talking about I'm in a position of power. Not really. I mean, you're the welterweight champion with 2 belts, but you're not in like a Mayweather position of power. I don't see that. I'm not really worried about Spence and Canelo. Spence said he would fight Canelo, but Canelo's at 54-55. Now he's at 160. Canelo got Golovkin problems. He got to clear the air with that. Danny Jacobs is on his ass, wanting that fight. David Lemieux wants a Canelo fight. So that's Charlo wants a Canelo fight. So I'm not really worried about Spence. See, that's the problem with the game, man. This is not musical fucking chairs. This is not an arcade game. Marvel versus Capcom. Weight classes are there for a reason, and that's just what it is. Spence right now is the man at 147, or one of the guys to beat him, Keith Thurman, and now Terrence Crawford. So I'm not really worried about fights where it's jumping of divisions, because Errol Spence still got more to do at welterweight. Keith Thurman got more to do. Keith Thurman got to beat Errol Spence. As far as I'm concerned, Errol Spence got to fight Thurman, which he wants to do, right? So I'm not really interested in him going up to 160, and I don't know if Canelo could come back down after fighting his last 2 fights at 164.5 and 160. You guys got to be level-headed with this boxing game. You know what I'm saying? It's just that Floyd Mayweather, like I said, people hate on him. Oh, he can't read, but he still be dropping gems. Because I remember there's an interview with Floyd, and he was like, moving up in weight, it's a process. People think you could just do it, but it's a process, and that's exactly what it is. Be the man in your own division before you try to move up 1 and 2 divisions. That's stupid. You know what I mean? Like Lomachenko proved he was like the best guy at featherweight. He'd probably beat everybody. You know what I mean? And then he moved up to 130. But if you ain't the man at your own division, like without any shadow of a doubt, then I don't really care to talk about you moving up. But yeah, man, I just want to see Thurman get that hunger back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he's just content, but just the way he's talking, like I said, maybe it's how he's wording it. He literally said something like, oh, he's at a point where Errol Spence, he's hungry now. He just got his first title. And then it's like he thought about it. He's like, oh, I'm hungry too. I still got more room in my belly. But that didn't sound good. It made it sound like he's hungry and I was like that, but I'm in a different mood than you now. That's how I took it. Keith Thurman is not ducking Errol Spence. Y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. Okay, so jump in the hot seat. Q-Box Clan, Kelly Pavlik. Jump in. Do you accept the hot seat? And we'll argue this, and we'll see who has the better argument. That's simple. We got ourselves a victim. All he has to do is say yes. Okay, let's go. So you just said Keith Thurman is not avoiding or ducking Errol Spence Jr. Y'all don't know what he's talking about. Okay, so elaborate. How is he showing interest in wanting to fight Errol Spence Jr.? You explain that to me. Name something he said that I can research right now where it looks like he wants to fight Errol Spence Jr. And if you don't have nothing like that, then you're already out the hot seat. So you let me know. The burden is like court. The burden is on you. You said he's not ducking him. He's not avoiding him. So what has he showed you that makes it look like he wants to fight Errol Spence, which the fans want, makes business sense, stylistically is entertaining, and Errol Spence has multiple times, I have some of those interviews, talking to him directly, he said he wants to fight him. So you tell me. And we're waiting. We got 3 responses. Listen, all y'all putting extra shit, I'm not even answering that. Okay, he responded. It's a process. He fought Danny Garcia, Sean Porter back to back, then coming off an injury that also thought he was ducking Porter. So, okay, that doesn't answer anything. That doesn't answer how he wants to fight Errol Spence Jr. You just said a bunch of stuff we already know. We know who he fought his last 2 times. It doesn't matter. He's a champion. Take a tune-up fight and then fight him in 2018, or at least express interest in wanting that to happen. So you wasted 1 response, not really saying much of anything. You're still in the hot seat. Go. You're talking about it's a process. Here, since you're in the hot seat, let's talk about processes. Way back when he was fighting Leonard Bundu, around that time, Floyd Mayweather offered him to be on the undercard. He said, you could be on my undercard. I want to see you fight Keith Thurman if you want a shot at me. Or I want to see you fight Errol Spence Jr. if you want a shot at me. And that was years ago. So you're talking about it's a process. It's not like this fight. Listen, new media. I don't just show you, I talk about it. He fought Bundu in 2014, right? So how long does this process take? You know what I'm saying? Because even before Errol was a champion, people were likening them two together and wanting to see the fight, similar to Mayweather and Pacquiao, Canelo and Golovkin. So how long does this process take? That's what I want to know. You talk, oh, it's a process. It's been a process. Everybody's been patient. We waited for Errol Spence to beat a person and get his name up or whatever. So that's my question. Now I'm really gonna burn you because you in the hot seat, and this is how I do. You can't fuck with me. Boxingego. 2 years ago, Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence Jr. round 2 boxing debate. 14,000 views. So I did a video 2 years ago. 2 years ago talking about this fight. 4 months ago. 4 months ago. 4 months ago. So I have videos from 2 years ago talking about this fight. And people, and it had 14,000 views when my channel was even smaller. So how long does this process take? You have 2 more responses. Cause I'm already bodying you, already know. He stated that late 2018 is a possible, and bro, I'm a big fan of yours. I'm not dissing you. It's just a debate. I just feel like it's not ducking him. I believe it will happen. No, you want to be in a hot seat. I don't care. You know, there's no mercy. Hey, I'm a fan of yours. It don't matter if you're a fan, foe, enemy, brother, sister. You in the hot seat. So the whole purpose of the hot seat is new media style. We get to the truth. And you're not, to me, I don't feel like you're doing a great job of explaining how this fight shouldn't happen or how it's not an avoidance of a fight. And even when he said that late 2018, he didn't listen to the whole quote. He said it didn't sound certain. It didn't sound like, man, give me a tune-up fight. I might take two tune-up fights between January and the summer, and then it's on. He's not saying nothing like that. But Errol Spence is talking like that. Errol Spence is saying, oh, I want to fight him. Man down, man down. You know what I'm saying? Well, the whole time Thurman was talking, Errol Spence is just looking at him like for real? You finished or you done? You got one more response. And then the fans are going to vote who had the better argument. Again, this is how the hot seat goes. And the other thing is, it's a unification. Who doesn't want to see that? Who doesn't want to see? That's like Wilder Joshua. All your motherfuckers making excuses. If Wilder gets knocked out in the first round like Lubin, then that's what fate had. But I want to see it. I want to see if Joshua does all that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if Wilder can knock out Joshua, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, some of y'all don't sound, you sound like attorneys, like Jacoby and Myers, like you're Keith Thurman's attorney or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a boxing fan. I fuck with Keith Thurman. I fuck with Errol Spence. I like all these guys. But I still want to see them fight because it's a good fight. You know what I mean? And that's just the nature of it. And no matter how you slice it, you talking, oh, it's a process, it's a process. Name one bad thing about them fighting. They'll both get a ton of respect for beating. Whoever wins is going to get a ton of respect. They'll get another belt or 2 belts if Errol Spence wins, right? It's a fight that the fans would want, so the business makes sense. So what do you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a process. Let's just wait till 2019. It will happen. Why? Why is that the marinate and all this extra shit? when it can happen right now? You tell me, you're getting burned. I already know you're getting burned. But name 3 people you would rather see Thurman fight over Errol Spence Jr. Name 3. This is how we lace you up and then put the final touches on the casket. See, we still putting the polish on him. But name 3 people you would rather see Keith Thurman fight next over Errol Spence Jr. Don't include him. It's the hot seat, my friend. Ghost Town, USA. Where is he at? So you would rather see him fight Danny Garcia in a rematch and Jeff Horn than fight Errol Spence Jr. Get the fuck out of here. That sounds retarded. So you'd rather see, in my opinion, the Danny Garcia fight wasn't even that fun. Like, it was okay, but the Sean Porter Keith Thurman fight was way better in terms of a actual fight and grab your popcorn. So you'd rather see Danny Garcia, who's been inactive since then too, with no injury. You'd rather see him rematch Keith Thurman as opposed to fight Errol Spence. Get the fuck out of here. You see, you guys are getting burned. You sound horrible. Now he says, I'm not going against the fight, bro. I never said the fight should not happen. But you said it's not him avoiding it, but that's exactly what it seems like to me. So let the fans vote. You had your 3 responses. I made my case, you made your case. Put your L's up if you think that he got an L in this debate, in the hot seat. Did he do a good job of proving that Keith Thurman wants the Errol Spence fight, which is what this whole thing is about? Look, the L's are pouring in, white flags pouring in. Hey, the fans are voting, and I see way more L's. Caskets. Bye-bye. I already counted way more than 15. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Pavlik. Block L. Get him up out of here. Now, Easy M8. You said he got the W. Explain why, or you're getting blocked right now. I'm doing back-to-back hot seat. Easy mate. Okay. So you said he got the W, because y'all ain't gonna just be putting, and you put it multiple times. So you explain it, or you're getting blocked. So explain how he proved his point. And you got 30 seconds. You don't even get 3 responses. You got 30 seconds. Because I know what y'all do. Y'all just be trying to go against the grain and, oh, W, you got a W. Knowing I filleted him. Knowing I sauteed him. Right? I know he got body, but they just putting W. So now you explain it. You got 15 seconds or you're getting blocked. Explain how he got the W. Since you want to put W. See, I don't care. If you guys really think he got a W, that's fine. If he beat me, he beat me. I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? If I lost the debate, I lost it. But I know I didn't lose that one. And if you feel I lost it, then where are you at? Easy mate. You got 8 seconds. You just putting W just to be putting it. So like I said, I don't care about losing because I won probably all of these hot seats because they be putting stupid shit. What did he respond with? I answered, okay, where is it? No, he didn't. You're right. I'm just saying he doesn't need to be blocked, bro. That's it. Blocked. There's no mercy in the hot seat. Now you get blocked because you put W knowing he didn't get a W. So now you get your easy bake oven, you easy mate. You just took the hard way. Now you took it for him. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all both blocked. You don't be putting no W when you know he didn't win. Because instead of putting a W, you could say, oh, give him mercy. Don't kick him out. Just put him on timeout. But you saying W, so you're lying. And new media, we're not about these lies. So you're blocked too. Y'all all get it the same in a hot seat. Again, if you want me to show mercy, you guys can put something like that. Just put him in timeout. Don't block him. That's not necessary. But don't lie and say he got the W and then announce, oh, he didn't really win the debate. You know what I'm saying? He didn't win. I just didn't want you to block him. Now you both have blocked. How about that? Get out of my face with these lies, man. I'm telling you, it's like when Charlo was skipping and doing all that, that's me. Lions only. And the people, listen, I give you a chance. If you put the craziness, I give you the chance to accept the hot seat. So there is no, you guys always want me to show mercy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, show mercy. They accept the challenge. I'm not just no bully and just gonna keep picking on people if they're like, oh yeah, you know what? I don't think I have a strong argument. You got an option, and then everyone will know right then and there, and nobody's time is wasted. You know what I'm saying? So y'all both get blocked. Double-decker beds. Y'all get bunk beds. Block. Now y'all both out of here. New media. Anyway, I like Keith Thurman. I like Errol Spence Jr., but I like the truth. And now I'm not talking about the truth is in Errol Spence, even though, no pun intended. You guys get it? But I like the truth more than anything. And the truth, from what I've seen, it doesn't look like Keith Thurman is hungry to fight Errol Spence Jr. Like, I'm not saying he's scared, he's chicken and bitch, and I'm not saying none of that. But what I am saying is it doesn't look like he is dying to fight him. He doesn't have the same rigor that Errol Spence is showing right now. Errol Spence keeps saying, man down, man down. Houston, man down. Oh, I'll fight you, man down. And then Keith Thurman was like, oh, you know, the parameters, if the fight is right, and Colin Kaepernick, and what? It's either yes or no. Either you want to unify or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, possibly, I just got back from Nepal. None of that matters to the fans. You know what I mean? Congrats, you got married. I wish you a successful marriage, things like that. But, you know what I mean? People, the interest from boxing fans, from the paying consumer, is that fight and good fights. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not realistic. Like I said, I'm not unrealistic. Keith took 2 hard fights. Porter, Danny Garcia back to back. That's dope. Coming off of marriage and a layoff, he deserves a tune-up fight. But as a champion, you know what I mean? No one's gonna wait all day for you to keep tuning up. So that's what it is. Like look at, like, really think. Floyd gets criticized for cherry picking in his Money Mayweather stage of his career, but look who he really fucking fought. Like, honestly, he fought Miguel Cotto. Then, I know this off the top of my head, he fought Miguel Cotto at 54, right? And Cotto had an Olympic coach, Pedro Diaz, training him and did good, right? He fought his mandatory at welterweight, Robert Guerrero, who had been calling him out over a year. Then he fought Canelo Alvarez, who was undefeated, coming off the best win of his career at that time, Austin Trout, right? Who was undefeated at the time, Southpaw. You've seen how tricky he was with Jared Hurd. And he beat Canelo's brother, Rigoberto. Then after the Canelo, he fought Maidana, who just pulverized Adrian Broner, knocked him down, hurt him, been the first to knock him down and the first to beat Broner as a pro. Then he fought Maidana again, right? Then he fought Pacquiao, and then he fought Berto. You know what I'm saying? So, fighting Sean Porter and fighting Danny Garcia, that was dope. But that's still not as hectic as a 36 through 40-year-old Floyd, who he was fighting, because he fought Cotto after Cotto avenged the Margarito loss, which he probably cheated in the first fight. He fought Cotto, which his confidence should have been high, because he had just, like I said, beat Margarito into retirement with his eye for the time being. And then he fought that version of Cotto. And then, like I said, Guerrero, who had just beat up on Berto, bigger, younger southpaw. Then he fought Canelo, Maidana. You know what I'm saying? So Floyd was fighting top-notch people. And Floyd is probably a smaller, he probably doesn't hit as hard as Thurman, and he's definitely smaller in stature, you know what I'm saying, than Keith Thurman, in terms of, like, size. You know what I'm saying? So how long do we have to wait for Keith Thurman? Ego, serious question. What do you think makes fighters like Thurman start to sing a different tune when they get to the top of their division? I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the great marvelous Marvin Hagler, he said it. He says it gets harder to get up and run 7-8 miles in silk pajamas, aka you're living comfortable and you're making a lot of money. You just got married, in Keith Thurman's particular instance. You get to travel the world. I follow Keith Thurman on Instagram. He be in like Tokyo and Japan. He just went to Nepal. So you get to see all these sights. And the fight game is brutal. You got to actually want to compete. Because like when you're on vacation, let's say you go to Dubai. Right now my dude Badu Jack is in Dubai. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nobody in most circumstances punching you in the face. You just getting massages with your wife, seeing some great sights and skyscrapers and eating good. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really want it. So I think that's what creates the complacency, is the money. That's why I give Floyd a lot of credit, because for 20 years he had more money than all these dudes. For 20 years he's on top of the game, and he never, as money hungry as people think he is or whatever, it never changed his ambition. Because if it did, it would have showed in his fights. He would have lost to Maidana, lost to Pacquiao, lost to Canelo, lost to one of them motherfuckers at least, if he wasn't training like he was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? And that's, like I said, Hagler. Like Hagler said, harder to run in silk pajamas. I mean, you start living a comfortable life. And that's what it is. But, like for me, like, I just hit 100,000. The person I am, listen, we have 176 people in here. We got to get the likes up. I've been on almost an hour. Just hit the like button, and then you can comment to your little heart's content. But we got to get the likes up. When I see the amount of viewers in there and the amount of likes, and the amount of viewers is much higher than the likes, we can fix that easily, clearly. So hit the like button. We got to get that up so I can, like I said, that engagement matters to YouTube. But even me with YouTube, I'm an Aries. I'm headstrong, very competitive. So the thing for me, I just hit 100,000. My money is cool. I could show you I've paid for my cell phone bill. I'm in a position where it's like things I've been responsible, and you know what I mean, I'm getting back to the old me, and it hasn't always been the case. You know what I mean? I went through struggles a couple years ago, but right now my phone bill's been paid for the last 5 months. Like I just kept a certain amount of money, so every time my phone bill's due, it just takes from that credit. You know what I mean? So my bills are paid, I get to travel. But the thing is with me, I don't want to stop there. I could be at 100,000. I'm content. You know what I mean? Like life is good. I just went to casino, won some money. You know what I mean? I could just kick my feet up, but you see me doing the live stream right now. I don't have to. I could be watching Sunday football. I mean, even though my Niners just got fucking a 5th loss or whatever within 3 points. But the whole thing is, for me as a person, I want to see how far I can really push shit. I'm an Aries, that's my nature. So it's not about getting complacent. I want to take it to the next level. How do I get to the next like phase of this shit? I've already accomplished this. YouTube should verify my YouTube account. I should get a silver play button. But let's go. You know what I mean? Let's take it to the next level. And that's what the fighters should be doing. As long as you're an active fighter, then you should be hungry for it. Hungry for the next level. Because Keith Thurman, that's a huge accomplishment. He's the only one at welterweight with 2 belts. Floyd's been there before. Now he's there at a fairly young age. Now, what's the next mission? Don't believe in the zodiac. Wrong step. Worry about you. Who cares what I believe in? That don't have nothing to do with you. Hey, stop worrying about your zodiac. If I want to be the fucking zodiac killer, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like, it has nothing to do with you. You guys need to get out my business. But Keith Thurman, just like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, I'm sure he's enjoying life. I see him, he be fishing, spending time with the kids. He went to Dubai recently and things like that. But he just became undisputed and talking about going to welterweight and wants to fight Keith Thurman. So what does that tell you about Terrence Crawford's mindset. You guys do the math. He could easily be like, fuck it. I just got a couple million in my last couple paychecks. Just became undisputed. People are ranking me number 1, number 2, pound for pound, whatever. Fuck it. He's still trying to fuck with Horn, Keith Thurman, maybe Errol Spence, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of a mindset. It's where it's like, it's a gift and a curse for me. I'm never satisfied, or I'm never satisfied for too long. And not to say I'm ungrateful, but I don't like to stay in the same position. I don't like to stay in the same position too long. You know what I mean? So if I accomplish one thing, I want to get to the next thing. And that's what it should be. Keith Thurman has 2 belts. How do you collect all of them? How do you get a 3rd belt, 4th belt, undisputed? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I and see, the thing that excuse me, thing that makes it worse to me is Keith Thurman exuded this whole attitude that I'm talking about the hunger and like running up and pressing Paulie. You better not duck me, son. Don't duck me. And was, you know what I mean, calling out Floyd Mayweather, we burning money, different things like that. He was doing the same shit. So to see him like kind of regress and where he seems a little bit more just chill and comfortable. But you make me feel so comfortable. That's not what I want to see from Keith Thurman, because that's not who he's been when he was, I think on his HBO debut with that Laura dude, he called out Floyd Mayweather. And then now Floyd's gone. Errol Spence is kind of like looked at as one of the next people to hold the torch like Mayweather. And he's actively calling you out, and you're just like, I don't know when it'll happen, if it'll happen, maybe it happens. I haven't received a contract, and he's just at a spot where he's hungry. Like, it doesn't sound like convincing. Shout out to VA Haas. I tell y'all, them yellow and them orange super chat, he just dropped $20 like a boss. He said, what up, Ego? Do you think Spence will stop Peterson? Peterson is a tough guy when his mind is right. Yeah, I would probably lean towards Spence stopping him. I'm not gonna say it's easy though, because Peterson's in dumbass shape, conditioning and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe he doesn't, but I would probably lean towards at least like a TKO. Shout out to the Snapchat and VA Haas for the question. Thurman versus Jesse Vargas. I would favor Thurman. But that's a good fight. That's a good comeback fight. But that's the thing that's what I'm saying with Thurman, is he was showing all those signs of like, he was literally like, I swear to you. See, and this is the worst thing. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but I've been covering this sport in detail for so long that certain things stick with me. So my memory tends to be maybe better than someone who just casually watches the sport, because I actually made videos about it. I actually wrote articles about this on my website, different things like that. And I distinctly remember Keith Thurman was saying stuff like, you better not duck me, son. I got an O. I'm not afraid to let it go. I'm not afraid to let it go. And he was saying all these things that got the public on his side. I got an O and I'm not afraid to let it go and stuff like that. If you're not afraid to let it go, fight Spence, because there's a chance your O could go, but there's a chance you could beat him. And nonetheless, you'll get all the credit in the world if you do that, on top of getting a belt and bigger paydays. Am I going to Danny Jacobs versus Adias fight? I don't know. I don't even know how to apply for that one, to be honest, because it's not on the website, so I don't even know. I don't know if I'm going to. I haven't decided. I just been kind of chilling, working on stuff. Thurman is not regressing. He's just following the money scheme blueprint. That's bullshit. Listen, you don't know what you're talking about, to Rashid, and that's a cop-out, because listen, if the Money Mayweather blueprint was so easy, then Thurman should get paychecks like Floyd. But obviously that's not happening in his career. Name the time Floyd got, let's say, 5 or 6 $32 million paydays off rip. Win, lose, or draw, no matter the success of the pay-per-view or how bad or good it did. Name a time Thurman has got half of that. Name a fight where Keith Thurman got $15 million. Name one fight where he got $15 million. So once again, you can't set up your it's like an architect. You know what I mean? If I can't take someone else's blueprint and their plans and their schematics and then create the same building when I don't have all the same material and things are different. I don't have the same crew and different things like that. The climate is different. The area I want to build the building is different. It don't work like that. And again, Thurman is not receiving Floyd Mayweather paycheck, so you're not following shit. You're not doing anything that Floyd did because you're not on pay-per-view. I don't think Thurman's ever headlined a pay-per-view, right? I don't even know if he's been on a pay-per-view card. You guys tell me what. I don't remember any fights that Thurman was on pay-per-view, even as like an undercard. Danny Garcia has been on pay-per-view. He was on Mayweather Canelo. I don't personally remember a time Thurman has been on it. So you got to stop comparing following someone else's blueprint, because obviously it's not working because you're not in the same position as Floyd. God's Boxing Corner, $20 super chat. I tell y'all them yellow and orange super chats. Shmoney Dance. He said, what's good, Ego? Much love and support. How do I go about getting media credentials to Rigo or Loma? You got to go to Top Rank's website and apply. But if you don't have the proper following and they don't know you, it's going to be very hard just to set realistic expectations. But go to Top Rank, just Google Top Rank Boxing, go to their website, go to the bottom where it says credentials. But a fight like that with limited room, because it's in the theater, so it's not even in the main Madison Square Garden, they're gonna have limited media seats, so it's gonna be hard to get in if you've never covered a fight with Top Rank. But that's my opinion, because listen, this is like some of these floor seats could be like $1,200 to $1,500. They're not just letting anybody in when just to watch a fight for free, and you don't really have a backing, a following, or exposure. So that's my opinion, but you're welcome to try. Ed Valencia, $10 super chat. I told y'all them yellow and them orange super chats. Ego, I appreciate you. Educated talk continues after night boxing. Let's send Ego to the next big fight. Peace. Yeah, man, I need to try to get to, I don't know which fight I want to go to next. But yeah, hats and t-shirts. Hats are already made. I already have them. I'm looking at them right now. T-shirts. We coming, man. We coming with everything. I don't know why they're not doing a Rigondeaux-Lomachenko conference, and I kind of wish they did, because I want to see the pictures of the face-off. I want to see how big Lomachenko looks to Rigondeaux, because right now it's all in my head. So I don't know why they haven't scheduled that, but they should. Maybe the fighters' schedules or whatever. I don't know. But shout out to Fremont, gang, Bay Area. But I don't know. I don't even know what I was talking about. All these super chats got my brain rattled. But man, for Keith Thurman, like I said, I like the dude. Interview the dude, cool dude. I just want to see that hunger for him. And you can't say that he's following the Mayweather blueprint, because it's not successful. Even Canelo, listen. Oh, he's fighting Liam Smith and Amir Khan because he's copying the Floyd Mayweather. First of all, you're your own man. So if what Floyd was doing was bad for boxing, like a lot of y'all motherfuckers said from the beginning, then why would you want to copy what he did when he's now retired? That's how I know a lot of y'all are full of shit. Second of all, you're not copying someone's blueprint if it's not fucking working for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say someone copies my whole channel. I'm at 100,000 subscribers. Let's say they're at 2,000. So it's what you're doing is not working. You're just looking like a clone and a copy, and it's not working for you. So you might as well just do your own thing. Very simple. Canelo, he ain't getting 32 million. I don't even know if I don't know how much he got for Golovkin, but I don't think he got 32 million guaranteed. I really don't. He probably got like 5-6 million guaranteed, and then back end money. So y'all gotta stop using this. Oh, these fighters are just Danny Garcia, Thurman, Canelo. They're just copying Floyd. No, you're not copying Floyd because it's not working for you. If you can get, listen, the motherfucker Floyd Mayweather fought Robert Guerrero, who wasn't a huge name, and got 32 million guaranteed. He did not even do the press tour with Robert Guerrero, meaning like the face off and the promotional stint. He didn't even go. He just sent Robert Guerrero to do that shit by himself. And I remember Robert Guerrero was he was saying something like, God sent me to beat Floyd. Alejandro, you sound stupid. One more stupid comment, you're getting blocked. Why are you always hating on Canelo? What have I said? Actually, jump in the hot seat. This is how I'll block you. What did I say that was hating on Canelo? Alejandro, you don't even have a choice because I'm sick of the stupid comments. So you don't have a choice. You're in the hot seat. And normally I give you a choice, but you're in the hot seat already. So Alejandro, what did I do to hate on Canelo? You said I'm always hating on Canelo, so tell the fans what I've done to constantly hate on Canelo. You're in the hot seat. You got 30 seconds. What good thing have you said about him? First of all, the burden is on you. You said I'm a hater, or all I do is say hate. So you tell me. You don't ask me a question when I ask you a question. You don't answer a question with the question. So once again, go. You know everything because you made the statement. So why do I have to answer what I've said about Canelo that's good when you've already made the assumption or assertion that I'm hating on Canelo? So you can't answer a question with the can't. If I say, hey, what's 2 + 2? And you're like, what is 2 + 2? And that doesn't work like that. You answer the question. Now you already wasted one response, you got 2. Go, you in the hot seat and the time is ticking. You have nothing to say. No, this is the hot seat, this is my show. I didn't insult me, you insulted me, and you made the comment. So why do I have to explain and justify myself when you are the one that made the comment saying that I never say anything good about Canelo? We're waiting. The Death Row East, believe in that. You say, oh, you have nothing to say. No, you're not going to flip this on me. Because you never do. You can't even spell English. K-U-X-Z. Okay, you have one more response. All you have to do is, listen, you made the comment. All you have to do is tell me what I said to hate on Canelo. And then after I block your ass, then I'll explain some things that I've said about Canelo that have been good or fair. Super chat, I'll get to you in a second. We got a victim and we got a casket. One response away. You trying to flip it on me. You never say anything good. Okay. What have I said to hate on him? I'm the hater, so the burden's on you to prove that. You don't be asking me, hey, what have you said good about him? You know more than me. You're the one that made the comment. Somebody put him on a timer. This is how we do it. Put him on a timer. Cue up the music. Put him on the timer. Put him on the timer. Look, Alejandro, you looking like Lubin right now. First round knockout. You talked all that shit. And now you about to get dealt with in the first round. I guess I'm Lions only. Lions only. Lions only ego. Come on, Lubin Jr. It's all good, my boy Canelo going to make history. See, now you just sound like a groupie. You wasted your last response. Get him up out of here. We don't even have to vote. We already know what that is because you didn't even explain what I did to hate on Canelo. Can one of my admins take care of my lightweight, please? And get him out of here. Get Ku Klux Klan, whatever his name was, up out of here. Easy, L. You said I'm a hater, but you said nothing to prove what I've done to hate on Canelo. Bye-bye, Alejandro. I'm sick of you cockroaches. Now, for the rest of the crowd, because see, this is the thing. You're not going to flip, when I'm asking you a question, you're not going to flip it on me and then try to put me in the hot seat. When you're in the hot seat, you got to fight your way out of it. And now, since he's already blocked, now we can explain. I've said plenty of stuff. I just talked and asked Canelo, I thought, a good question at his last fight. I spent the money to cover Canelo's last fight. I did 7 reasons why. Listen, new media. I could just show y'all. I don't gotta just say it, right? I could just show y'all. It's too easy, man. So I'm nothing good about Canelo, but I made 7 reasons why Canelo beats Gennady Golovkin, and I did 7 reasons why Canelo Alvarez beats Miguel Cotto. And in both of those fights, I got a lot of flack. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you sound stupid," and Golovkin's gonna destroy him, and different shit like that. You know what I mean? And that's basically what it is. I've said plenty of stuff about Canelo. That's good. Actually, I told you, if you actually follow my channel, Canelo's actually one of my favorite fighters to watch because I like his skill set. But again, if I say something like Mayweather beat Canelo, which is also a fact, I'm a hater. I'm the biggest hater ever. I hate Canelo. Ego, you fanboy Canelo too much. And you know what you do? You get blocked too much. You're out of here. Bye-bye, David Lopez. Bye-bye, David. I guess I'm the Goliath, but this time the Goliath beats David. This shit is too easy, man. See, listen, new media. Listen how stupid this commentary sounds from some of you clowns. One dude saying, I fanboy Canelo too much, and y'all be saying, oh, you're on Canelo's dick. Then the other dude saying, I'm hating on Canelo. Which one is it? Like, how are we saying that vast difference of opinion? One person saying, I'm dick riding Canelo, and I fanboy Canelo, and the other dude saying the total opposite. He's saying, I hate Canelo. You know what I'm saying? How does that even happen? That's how you know it's coming. What I'm saying they can't substantiate what they're saying, and they sound stupid because it wouldn't be that very opinion. Like, people I know hate Floyd Mayweather and Andre Ward. They don't say anything good about them. I've said good things about Canelo. I've also said criticism of Canelo when he fights Amir Khan. You know what I mean? But I've said good stuff. Shout out to Second Take. I told y'all to be on them orange super chats. He just donated $10. He said, good work, always a follower. Thurman did a disservice to himself yesterday, yet should we be frustrated with Thurman or Heyman and Espinoza? Don't you think Al explained the plan for Spence and Thurman? No, I'm not going to blame that. I don't do that. Shout out to the super chat and the question, but I'm not blaming Al Heyman and Steven Espinoza. Steven Espinoza ain't putting the gloves on. Al Heyman ain't putting the gloves on. Thurman is putting the gloves on. Spence is putting the gloves on. So that's a scapegoat. And listen, I told you I got to hear Al Heyman's voice on speakerphone. Somebody I know called him and they were on the phone with him. First time ever hearing him. And from everybody I've talked to that is signed with Al Heyman, he got a deep ass voice too. Yes, my son. Simba, you mustn't go into the pride. Like, I was like, what the fuck? But anyway, everyone I've talked to that signed to Al Heyman, they always say if him and his team, if them and their team are super adamant about something, and he usually gives his blessing, unless it's something that like, and this is just my opinion, but like, I don't think him and Jay-Z are on good terms, right? Because I think Al Heyman used to manage Beyonce or some shit, promoter or some shit, but I don't think him and, so maybe that, like, if he doesn't want to do business with Jay-Z, maybe he would like veto that, possibly. This is just my opinion, but everyone else I've talked to, they said Thurman would give his blessing, and it shows. How many Heyman fighters went to the Anthony Joshua slaughterhouse? Charles Martin, Dominique Brazil. He didn't say, oh, Charles Martin, you're a brand new champion, you just got a belt, and then you got this opportunity to fight Joshua. Don't fight him, because he fought him. His first title defense was against Joshua, a guy who had all knockouts, and still to this day has all knockouts in all of his fights. You know what I'm saying? So Amir Khan versus Canelo. Khan had all the deficits against him. Canelo's bigger, stronger, has good hand speed, no rehydration clause, no rematch. Oh, I think they had a rematch clause, but that don't really matter. And Amir Khan was allowed to fight on HBO against big ass Canelo. Danny Jacobs went over to HBO before the HBO multi-fight deal, right? And he fought Golovkin, who's the middleweight Goliath. So I'm not blaming Al Heyman for that, because, and I'm not blaming Steven Espinoza. He's just a network. You know what I'm saying? Like, they present fights, and he probably sift through the ones that they would be willing to purchase or to buy or to advertise or whatever. But no, that's Keith Thurman. If he wants to fight, I think he can really. Oh my gosh, why do you guys come back with alternate profiles? I don't get it. Bye Sales K. Like, you guys just come out the woodwork. Sales K is the same dude as the first time, because that's the exact same comment that he did when he just got blocked in the hot seat. He said, "Why are you always hating on Canelo?" Why? Like, listen. Why? If I'm such a hater, why would you come? Y'all say I'm everything. I'm a hater. I hate certain fighters. I'm racist. I'm stupid. I'm biased. But why would you get blocked and then come back to my page? Like, if someone is that, they have that much hatred or non-knowledge or whatever, why would you even care what I'm talking about? To make a fake profile, a second one, after you got blocked and come back here. See how stupid that sounds? You guys are like literal leeches. Not all of y'all, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They just keep coming back. That's like me getting kicked out of a store for like shoplifting, and I keep coming back every day. Like, what? I don't get it. You trying to go to jail? They banned me from the store, but I keep coming back. But I talk about how much I hate that store. Listen, this is how you know when these dudes are full of shit, because you hear polar opposites. Some people say I'm Canelo ass kisser and dick rider and all this homoerotic stuff, and then you say some people are saying, why do you always hate on Canelo? So which one is it? It shouldn't be. So obviously that, to me, that shows me that I'm doing my job, because that means I've clearly said things where I've criticized Canelo, but I've also said stuff where I praised him. That's why people don't know where to categorize and label me, because they've heard me criticize Canelo and they've heard me give him praise. You know what I mean? So that makes me more secure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because once again, if I was truly always hating on whatever fighter, Canelo or whoever, then you wouldn't be able to think of any times where I praised him. Like I said, I know people that don't like Andre Ward or Floyd Mayweather, and there's literally nothing that they put out where they give credit to Andre Ward. Everything comes with a clause or a backhanded compliment, if that. So anyway, I'm the Don. It is what it is. Wilder versus Joshua. Joshua and his team have to want the fight, but I want the fight. Like, I think it's a great fight. I would love that fight. Next question. Yeah, that Charlo KO was nasty. Why do you think Lada can't get big fights? I don't know, but I still haven't watched the Goucher fight, and now I'm kind of scared to watch it, even though I have it on DVR, because I immediately, after the Charlo knockout versus Lubin, I immediately did a live stream, and I was going to watch it, but all the feedback that I've heard from the fight was like, it was very slow paced, and everybody was saying it was boring. So now I'm kind of scared to watch it, because I got a lot of stuff to do. Got a lot of stuff I should be doing, and people are like, that shit was boring. So maybe that's why. I don't know. And I'm not one of those people that, oh, this fighter's a runner, this person's boring. But there are times where I think Lada will drag, like, because I went to the Vanes Martirosyan 2 fight. Charlos were there, and they keep putting Lada on the main event. And both of the Charlo fights, Charlo fought Austin Trout on that card, and the other Charlo fought John Jackson on that card. And both of their fights were a lot more entertaining. And I'm the person who appreciates the sweet science. I don't go out of my way to bash Cuban fighters and things like that. But the Lada fight with Vanes Martirosyan, he played in the rematch. He played it really safe, and he was the main event. So it kind of didn't crescendo in the main event, just like the Edeslandi Lada fight last night, from what I heard. Still haven't watched it, but Lada versus Goucher, from what it sounds like, was the stinker of the night in comparison to Austin Trout versus Hurd, and then obviously the one punch first round knockout with Charlo Lubin. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the guy still got to fight him, because if you really think someone's boring, eliminate him out the division, knock him out, beat him. But Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why Lada gets, because even people like Demetrius Andrade, he fought against Lada, and the amateurs lost to him. And he says, man, I don't want to have to be chasing this dude, and this dude's going to be running and stuff. And he's clearly a person who understands the sweet science, Demetrius Andrade. And Boo Boo was even saying that. I seen the knockdown. I just didn't watch the whole thing. You get me? Lada versus Jermell Charlo. That'd be interesting. The two know each other. Both champions. Both coming off back-to-back good wins. Kel admitted straight after the fight Spence was a tough kid. I mean, he didn't really have to admit that. We've seen that. Vargas versus Matisse. What do you think about that fight, Ego? It's alright. I think there's other fights I would rather see Matisse in more than that, but it's okay. Yeah, see, listen. Much respect to my Cubano brothers and sisters, but Lada, there are times where he's completely outclassing a person, and I feel he can up the ante even more, especially when he fought like Delvin Rodriguez. That's a perfect example. You're in there with Delvin Rodriguez. Cotto stopped him in 3 rounds. You're clear, and see, this is the thing. Lada has punching power. Lada can crack, especially with that left hand. That's how his primary weapon is. But he has power. Why? Delvin Rodriguez was really a dead man in there, doing nothing, and that's why there's people like Demetrius Andrade, Terrence Crawford, even Floyd Mayweather, where they respect the sweet science. They're not one-dimensional. They have defense, they have offense, they have slickness. But if they get their person hurt, they're going to try to press the issue a little bit more to put together at least like try to get a knockout, stuff like that. Lada is so fixated on like the amateur style, where even though like Delvin Rodriguez had no work for him at all, he was just toying with him. You know what I mean? Even like the Delvin Rodriguez fight particularly stood out to me, because a guy like that has nothing for you. Like, what are you even worried about? I don't think he can hurt you, especially in the mid rounds where his power's been zapped from getting his head rocked back and shit like that. So it's like, to me, you might as well just step on it, and you could force a stoppage, even if it's not a violent knockout like Charlo Lubin. The ref is gonna stop him if you just pick up the pace with the punches. Like the Leo Santa Cruz versus Chris Avalos. Perfect example. Leo Santa Cruz stopped him, but he stopped him because he kept getting hit flush shots back to back to back in a short period of time. So the ref was like, nah, fuck this, it's over. Lada could at least do that in some of his fights. You know what I mean? Especially with like the likes of a Delvin Rodriguez. But even then, he still doesn't do it sometimes. Like he's hitting you with these onesie, twosie, bow bow, move in and stuff. So you have to pick or choose. I understand you fighting Canelo and he's ripping your body up. I can understand to not fully engage with that, because Canelo was coming for that body. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. Like even the Angulo fight, that's a prime example. Lada was forced to dogfight because Angulo was not playing in there, and he knocked him down twice. So Lada is clearly capable of it, but when he's fighting Ishe Smith and it's looking like that, Delvin Rodriguez, Terrell Goucher, people want to see him turn it up. I mean, even Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is smaller than Canelo. Lada was about the same size as Canelo. And the way Floyd beat Canelo was more impressive than how Lada beat Canelo. And I do think Lada, even though they didn't give it to him, I thought Lada beat Canelo by a round or two. You know what I'm saying? But Floyd started toying with Canelo. Lada was like, did his best work early, and then it kind of tapered off, making the fight close and controversial. Billy Joe Saunders. CJ Ross quit after the Canelo Floyd fight because she knew she was stupid as fuck. Hey, we're 5 likes away from 200. Let's try to get to 200. I'm about to wrap this stream up. I got some stuff to work on. I gotta pace myself. I just wanted to get on the horn. But just to wrap it up, Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence Jr. Why not? Who doesn't want to see that fight? Hit the like button. Make sure you guys hit the like button. It's sad because Lamont Peterson's a good fighter. Been in there with Bradley, Victor Ortiz. Did he fight Devin Alexander? Or is it, I know Bradley did. I can't remember about Peterson, but Matisse. Peterson been in there with Danny Garcia, Kendall Holt, Amir Khan. But he's a new welterweight. He's a new guy. And true welterweights who have more experience at the division than him don't seem to want to fight Errol Spence Jr. And it's unfortunate. Like I said, hopefully Keith Thurman changes his tune real soon because people want to see that fight. And to me, he doesn't have that same energy that he used to have. At least when it comes to fighting Errol Spence. Like even I heard Thurman say something about a Danny Garcia rematch. People want to see you fight Crawford or Errol Spence. You know what I mean? And you worried about a guy you already beat. You gain more by beating Spence or Crawford. So let's do a roll call. I'm about to get out of here. Let me know where you guys are from. City, state, zip. Shout out to all the people for tuning in to this particular stream. I got more stuff coming. I did a 20-minute video on Keith Thurman, Errol Spence. Are you excited for Jeff Horn versus Gary Corcoran? Who is that? Honestly, who is Gary Corcoran? Shout out to Costa Rica, New York, Virginia. The Hats, I gotta get on it, yes. Fremont, California, Sonora, Mexico. 209 in the building. The Nasty Natty 513, Garfield Park, downtown Cincinnati. Northeast LA, Louisiana, Berlin, Germany. We out here. Leeds, UK. That's it. We from like 5 places. Washington, DC. I'm gonna hit you on Venmo, Ego. Shout out to you. It's at Boxingego on Venmo. Shout out to Jamaica, New York, BX, Harrisburg, PA, MSU, Mississippi, Maryland. And also Michigan, Baton Rouge, St. Louis, Bermuda, Memphis, Tennessee, Boston. What fight do y'all want me to cover next? Danny Jacobs versus Luis Cuba Arias, Gerald Big Baby Miller card? Or Wilder, Bermain, Sean Porter versus Granados? Or Rigondeaux Lomachenko? The Rigondeaux Lomachenko is probably a given, but out of those other two, if I did cover one of those, which one would y'all want me to cover? Jacobs Arias or Wilder Stavern 2? Let me know. Miracle Man, Wilder and Loma, Porter, Wilder. Damn. See, they crunch these fights so close to fucking together. Jacobs. Well, it's been fun, man. Thank you for the super chats and the donations, the likes, the engagement, the hot seat victims. You know we had to bury a couple people in the hot seat today. So stay tuned to the channel, hit the subscribe button. A lot more coming, and we out. Super chat continue. Yeah, we'll see. A lot of fights back to back. Peace out, y'all.